Other victims group, Polish civilians. Who were they? Polish civilians were residents that had lived in Poland. What happened? During 1939, Germany invaded Poland with special action squads. They arrested and or killed any Polish civilians who resisted Germans or who were thought of being capable of doing so, as determined by their social status, such as government officials, doctors, dentists, and officers. They were either murdered in mass executions or sent to prisons and concentration camps. Also, as another effort to destroy Polish culture, the Germans closed or destroyed universities, schools, museums, libraries, and scientific laboratories. Between 1939 and 1945, an estimated 3,000 members of the Polish clergy were killed. By the end of 1940, the SS had expelled 325,000 people and took their property and belongings. Polish civilians were forced to wear a purple P sewn to their clothing. They were subjected to a curfew and banned from public transportation. Families were torn apart, children sent to children's homes or killed. An estimated 50,000 children were kidnapped in Poland, majority taken from orphanages and foster homes and annexed lands. At noon, they came again and ordered us to go out in front of the house. Similar groups of people were standing in front of all the houses. After some hours waiting, military lorries drove up and they packed us in one after another, shouting at us rudely and also striking us. Then they took us to the railway station, but only in the evening did they pack us into filthy goods trucks, the doors of which were then bolted and sealed. In these trucks, most of which were packed with 40 people, we spent 3 days without any possibility of getting out. I hereby affirm that in my truck there were 6 children of under 10 years of age and 2 old men, and that we were not given any straw or drinking utensils, that we had to satisfy our natural needs in the tightly packed truck, and if there were no deaths in our transport, it was only because it was still comparatively warm, and we'd spent only 3 days on the journey. When we unloaded, half dead at Krzyżowa, where the local population gave us immediate help, but the German soldiers who opened the truck exclaimed, "What? Are these Polish swine still alive?" Why did the Germans attack the Polish civilians? First was their occupying land that Germans considered vital, and Polish were also seen as racially inferior. Here's a timeline of some of the major events that had occurred during Germany's invasion of Poland. Although the numbers of deaths from just the Polish citizens seemed extremely high, Polish civilians accounted for only 8% of the total deaths caused during the Holocaust. Thank you for watching. The below websites are what we'd use for our resources for this presentation.